What's up, movie lover badasses? Fat Samurai Guy here with Lady Fat Blood. Today we are going to review A Christmas Horror Story. Here's a quick plot synopsis. In this anthology series, a family brings home more than a Christmas tree. A student documentary becomes a living nightmare. A Christmas spirit terrorizes, and Santa slays evil. Now we're going to give you the good, we're going to give you the bad, we're going to give you the badass. First up, the good.
And we have an anthology series in this nice little film from our Canadian neighbors. It's an anthology a bit different than what I'm accustomed to. I'm more used to your VHSs and your Creepshow type of anthology where each story is told one at a time and it focuses just on that one story and then beginning, middle, end, and then on to our next story. This film, I enjoyed the narrative. It had about 5 different stories interwoven in together. You had the paranormal high school, you had the family being chased in the woods by Krampus, you had the changeling story, you had this kind of weird sub-story with William Shatner as a DJ host, and he was kind of a story that was tying everything together. Now what was related to his story was he kept mentioning this food drive that was going on at the mall, and that ends up tying into something else later. And then you had the highlight of the entire film, the Krampus versus Santa story. Now, while I did enjoy the narrative style, my biggest problem was that not all of the stories were that great. So we'll get to that in a minute, but I liked that it was different. I liked that they made the effort to weave the whole thing together and make a narrative within all these different stories that were going on. It was loosely related, a little bit. Now, you could tell this was a straight-to-video effort, but I've seen much worse-looking films that make it to TV, a la Sci-Fi and The Asylum Presents. I felt like it knew what it was, and it was trying to have fun with the material. You get the vibe that they weren't just trying to cash in. Like, if this was an Asylum version of the Krampus film that's coming out in a couple of months, this would have been completely just batshit stupid. You know, they were having fun. You got the feeling they were having fun telling these stories. So it looks a little cheap, but not that bad. So overall, it's pretty enjoyable.
Plus, it's always fun to see Shatner.
Yeah, he's a fun old eccentric. The older he gets, the more fun he gets. I feel like he has no more fucks to give in life, and he's just having a blast. And I love watching him have a blast. It's for our benefit if he gets a little more crazy. And another thing, about 70% of the performances in this film were actually really good. I enjoyed the actress in the story, The Changeling. Although the characters were very unlikable, I don't feel like they were supposed to be terribly likable. I liked her. She did a really good job, the mom character. And the guy who plays Santa, he was great. He was great. So Shatner was fun. We had a couple of hit and miss performances here and there, but you know, look good. 70% is better than no percent.
And now for the bad. Now, if you've seen the trailer like we did and got excited like we did, there is some huge disappointment that goes along with this movie, okay? Oh, God. Okay, so just to let you guys know, just a quick reminder, because of the anthology and everything's happening kind of like the same time, you're not going to get Santa versus Krampus the movie, okay? As badass and as awesome as that movie poster was, and the trailer was, you're not gonna get that, okay? So I was really let down by that. I was kind of pissed off about that. And dear God, oh my God, the paranormal activity bullshit section in the school. So fucking boring. So boring.
So you got
oh,
it wasn't just boring, and again, I'm gonna
lame.
I'm gonna chalk this up to just not that great of writing.
Lame.
The acting was not that great.
Lame.
But you know, the dialogue.
Lame.
The characters.
Lame.
You know, everything on the whole was just, it was very it was not interesting, was not engaging, and so basically because of the structure and because of the narrative, you're literally jumping from story to story to story. So you've got two not very interesting stories. One is told okay, the other one is told not very interestingly at all. Then you've got the Changeling, which is good, and then you've got the Santa, which is fantastic. But imagine being forced to focus from Santa versus rabid zombie-like elves.
Yeah.
Which I could have watched all day.
Yeah.
And then cutting to these really dumb teenagers that you don't give two shits about.
Lame.
And it's just not. And then even the conclusion wasn't even worth the trip. So.
And lame deaths movie.
Oh.
Horrible, boring, lame, PG-13 deaths.
Off-screen deaths.
Off-screen deaths. Some guy died by getting his hand cut off. Okay, like he's dead. I guess he was strangled too. It was lame. Lame.
So it really depends on what story interests you. If you're going to find this as taxing as we did. So, you know, it works out a little bit. I feel like the payoff in the end was worth kind of the crap that you got dealt with. But it's a matter of opinion. And one more thing. We're not going to spoil the ending. But you might absolutely hate it. I'm just gonna say. It's
possible.
I had a split second where I was thinking to myself, "Ooh, do I like this or not?" And I was like, "No, I like it. It's fine." I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. It was different. Not at all what I was expecting. But some people might get a serious case of blue balls from this ending. So, you know, just keep that in mind.
And now for the badass. Santa Claus is a fucking badass, okay? Krampus is awesome, okay? They are awesome, damn it. They are freaking great. And I wish we could record my reaction to the movie. Because literally, I went from like, oh, and to, yes, 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 killed them, Santa, yes. So we got Santa versus zombie elves, okay? It's freaking great, all right? And then you got the throwdown at the end where I was just like a little kid. I was like, is this actually happening? This is happening, right? We have Santa versus Krampus and they're fighting on screen.
With weapons, too.
And I was like, this is awesome.
Santa had some moves. No shit. This really is the reason to watch the movie. Even if you're underwhelmed by everything else, it's so much fun. The whole concept, Santa battling little demonic elves, the gore effects really pick up. We actually see some on-screen kills. What do you know? Just the narrative, it's like, yeah, it didn't really make any sense, but who the fuck cares? This is too much fun. Overall, without the Krampus versus Santa, it's an okay set of little stories. It's one of those situations where I appreciate the effort that they put into it, even if some of the stories were a little underwhelming. I appreciate the effort even if it wasn't exactly what I wanted, especially with the Krampus versus Santa. Again, I could have watched those two fight for 20 minutes raid style. You know, I could have watched him killing zombie elves forever. That could have been the whole film right there, and I would have been completely happy. But it's not what we got, but I appreciate that it felt like they were just making a fun little Christmas horror anthology series. I would have to say that this would be probably an average rated film. The Krampus Santa story, I would give that a 4 on its own. Just that is the reason to watch. If you have any interest at all, just keep it in mind. It's a mixed bag, but that is the reason to watch. It's the most fun out of the whole series. It would even be a cheap $5 Blu-ray for me. So, you know, you got a really high rating and a really meh rating, so it's gonna average out.
So we give a Christmas horror story 3.2 out of 5 chainsaws. Have you guys seen a Christmas horror story? Let us know in the comments below what you guys thought about it. Are we insane for not giving it a 5 out of 5 chainsaws?
We are crazy.
Yeah, we are insane. Or was it justified, our score? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And we'll see you next time with our review of Crimson Peak.